welcome back to my channel. As y'all can see by the title, I'm just gonna do like a chit chat, get ready with me, but I'm doing my hair and my makeup. This wig is the wig that I literally just uploaded the video of how I make my lace closure wig. So if you want to see how I made the wig, go watch that video, but stay tuned if you want to see how I styled it and I did this makeup. I basically just talked about my journey these past couple months and how I got into nursing school and everything that I did. If you would like me to go in depth about like my T-score, GPA, you know, tips and tricks to nursing school applications and leaving your options open and stuff like that, I definitely would like to do that, and y'all should comment down below. But I was about to say something. I also announced the winner of my giveaway in this video. It's at the end, so stay tuned for that if y'all would like to see that, who won those 2 Kylie Jenner eyeshadow palettes. But sorry if it's kind of choppy, and sorry if at the beginning I looked a little nervous because I was kind of nervous about the hair. But I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace. So hey y'all, so I have the wig on. My braids, if y'all were wondering, just go this way. It's like 4 this way and 4 that way. I'm just not bold enough to show y'all all that yet. But as y'all saw by the intro, this is just me getting ready and then talking about nursing school. So yeah. So if you're interested in this wig, I did just literally this morning upload a video of how I made it. It's 3 bundles of 18-inch and an 18-inch closure. So I'm not an expert at gluing my wigs on yet. I just been doing that recently because I like the look it gives. Yeah, I did a little plucking, but I don't even think you can tell. But yeah, like I said, I'm new to this whole looking like a frontal lifestyle, but I want to get into it. So I'm just not really gonna talk that much during this part just because, like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing. But basically what I'm doing is spraying through the lace, like directly on the hair onto the lace, and I already have my wig exactly where I want it and stuff. So this is just what I do. So this is what works for me, and I just blow. So I do that about 2 times because I don't ever usually keep my wigs on for a long time. I'm gonna start hot combing it just so it could already start forming and getting how it's supposed to go. I'm sorry if this is not as detailed and informational as what y'all were looking for. I just literally do what works for me, but I get a lot of questions about how I do my hair. So it's not completely dry, but I want to go ahead and cut the lace off because I'm really kind of getting glue all the way down here, and you definitely don't want that. So I just wiped my head with alcohol just because when I was spraying it, it really wasn't that precise. So what I'm gonna do is take my scarf, tie it down for a few seconds, and then after I tie it down, I'll come back and I'll try to start talking, y'all, I promise. So as y'all saw, I was trying to go ahead and get it to lay flat, but it's not cooperating. But y'all know I have a few more tricks left up my sleeve, y'all. If you don't want to lay flat, then we'll just have to see what it's going to take us. This hot comb is doing the most. So what I'm going to do now is pluck my part, and I just go on the sides of it. A comb like this is best for like when you're doing wigs and stuff because it gets your part super precise. I'm just gonna literally where I parted it and pull, and y'all gonna see how it's just gonna gradually open up my part. I usually pull more than this at a time, just being honest, but be careful because it might rip a hole in your lace. So I'm just gonna do this over and over and over and over and over, and then yeah, I'm gonna come back and show y'all the results. So of course my neighbors had to start mowing their lawn, but so let me tell y'all what I did. So as you can see, I went through and I straightened the hair just because I'm used to my wigs being like flat. I'm talking about super flat. This one, yes, don't get me wrong, it is flat, but I just know, you know how you just know what you can do, and this wasn't doing that. So I was like, let me straighten it to see if I'm tripping. And I straightened it. I have the Baby Bliss the ceramic flat irons, and they was on $4.50. So this hair straightened super easy. It didn't even take me like 20 minutes, maybe 15, but still, y'all, it wasn't flat. So then I went in and I pulled my braids out from the side. I know y'all don't care about this, but I pulled my braids out from the side because you know how you braid them and you pull it up and it creates like a little bubble, but that made it a little flatter on this side but not as flat on this side. So I might reconstruct the wig or whatever, but yeah, like I said, it may be flat to y'all and I may be tripping, I may be being dramatic, but I just know my capability. Now, so since I did do it like this frontal method, I wanted to try to do baby hairs, but like I said, this is really new for me, this whole lifestyle of having like because I always like when people have that little swoop going that way, but I never can do that one right. I don't know, my lace doesn't look that bad, but you know, like I'm just nervous. Now it's just a wax stick. A million baby hair tutorial videos last night, y'all. It's going bad, y'all. Let me do this and then I'll come back, y'all. So I think these are pretty good. I'm gonna try not to mess them up, but I just used my Nairobi mousse. That's the mousse I've been using this whole time, but I'm gonna use my scarf. Now to style the hair, I want it to be real flowy, real nice, real loose curls, right? So basically, to get that effect, you have to cut layers in your hair. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to just cut some layers in the hair and then curl the hair really quickly. I don't necessarily have a method for how I cut my layers. I literally just go in and since I want it to be more, because my favorite YouTuber is Aaliyah's Face, y'all. I love her. I love how her hair is just effortlessly curly. It's real loose. And since this is an 18-inch, I wanted more room to have like more layers. So that's just what I'm going to do. And then I'm probably going to just start talking about nursing when I do my makeup, just because I'm used to that. And when I do my hair, I am very focused. So I'm going to do that, cut the layers, curl my hair, and then we're going to start talking. So boom, as y'all can see, it's more like layered right here in the face and more in the front, just because I want my curls right in here, you know, to have that effect. But I'm basically gonna just start curling my hair. It doesn't really take me that long to curl my hair, so I'm gonna try to talk through this part maybe. I don't know, y'all. I'm pinning it out the way, and yeah, let's see if I can do this. So basically, I got into nursing school. I just wanted to start off with the good news and say that so what a lot of people don't know or like don't realize is that when you're a nursing major, just because you declare your major as nursing doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get into nursing school. But so a lot of people don't realize, like, there is a possibility that you could possibly not get into nursing school, meaning that you will have to find another major. And so for me, when I did my end of semester video, that was almost a reality for me. So during your sophomore year of of college, you apply to the nursing program, meaning that your school, whatever prerequisites that your school requires, after you finish those, you can apply to the nursing program to be we call it at Tuskegee a professional phase student, because basically this is about to be real life, you know, like there's literally no more play, no more joking, like you're applying to nursing school. So you finish all your prerequisites and you take the TEAS test. So the TEAS test is just basically like equivalent to the SAT to get into college, but this is like the SAT to get into nursing school, because it basically has all of the same requirements and everything, like not requirements, but the same like subjects. So you have the reading, the math, the science, and English. You know, like reading is reading the passages and English is like correcting sentences, punctuations, and stuff like that. So basically, we were planning to take I was planning to take my TEAS in April. So, and I was like, I'm gonna just take it at Tuskegee, study, everything's gonna be fine. But as y'all know, COVID came and literally disrupted everything, like living off campus. You have to now go home, and so of course they canceled the TEAS for April, but our nursing application was still due on June 1st. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll just get my money back, take the TEAS whenever, apply June 1st, start school in the fall. You know, just no biggie, for real. Like, I thought it was just gonna be something very, very, very simple. I was gonna continue on with my life. So with the TEAS, it's mostly anatomy and physiology. So that's what I was planning, you know, to study more towards. Ordered me a little book off Amazon, $20. Like I said, very, very simple. So things didn't start getting complicated until maybe like around June, end of May, June. What happened was basically Tuskegee said they didn't have a budget for the nursing students, meaning that they didn't know if they were going to have enough professors to teach us. And basically, if you don't have professors, you can't have students because you can't have class. So very, very long story short, I'm like, if they don't have a budget, then they're not gonna have it. Like, to me, I was so stuck on like, I'm not wasting another year of my life or another semester not being in somebody's nursing school and having to pick up a minor, you know, just taking unnecessary classes when I could be, if they would have had their stuff together, I could have been done in 2 years. You know, I was just so stuck on that. So I immediately went into high gear stress mode. Like, so I'm like, okay, well, I need to see what schools have their nursing applications still open. What schools will, if I can't take the TEAS in enough time, what school will not allow, you know, you can apply without the TEAS, because how some schools were waiving the SAT, some nursing schools were waiving the TEAS. I was just like, you know, panicking, like researching, like, okay, can I go to this school? Can I go to this school? And then y'all also have to keep in mind, in reality, in the real world, like no sugarcoating, a lot of PWIs don't accept HBCU credits, and they consider them almost not really equivalent. And then on top of that, what does that nursing school require? Because every nursing school requires different prereqs. You know, everybody has the basics like anatomy, chemistry, biology, microbiology, you know, stuff like that, nutrition. But like all the extra classes and PEs and stuff that I took, maybe that wouldn't have transferred. Maybe to them, I wouldn't have been a sophomore. So then it would have took me a year back again. It was just, I hope all of this is making sense. It was looking like regardless, I was going to be pushed back a year. Rather if I went to Tuskegee or if I transferred to somewhere else, my options were just not looking the best. And I was getting so worried because, you know, and I shouldn't have been worried and I shouldn't have stressed myself out like I did. But when you have this thought, and we all do this, you have this plan for yourself in your head. You think, in 2 years, I'm gonna graduate. I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna get my master's. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be married by this age. I'm gonna, you know, just being a little girl. Since a little girl, I've always had this idea of my life planned out in my head, you know? So I couldn't really grasp somebody disturbing that. I was like, what do they mean they're not gonna have a budget? Like, did they not know? Like, I'm tripping. My friends' parents are calling the deans and calling all these people. And in actuality, what was that really gonna do besides get us some information? But it's just like, I could, like, I'm surprised I even still have some hair on my head, because y'all, I was literally stressing myself out. Like I was saying, it's just, I was stressed. And so then, since it was so late, like May, June, everybody applications have already been due. Everybody knows what they're doing in the fall. Everybody, you know. So I was like, yo, like, I even started, I'm like, I'm going to this HBCU. Everybody knows HBCUs are late, last minute. I'm like, I'm at this HBCU, like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then I'm like, if I do pick up a minor, what would I even, you know, like, I don't see myself doing anything besides nursing. So I was like, if I pick up a minor, what would it even be in? Like, what, I was like, what? And I was like, if I transfer, my GPA is not the best. You know, I was just stressing, y'all. I'm gonna curl this side of my head because I figured this is kind of boring. And then I'm gonna do my makeup, and then we're gonna continue this tea talk, y'all. Okay, so I'm back, y'all. Let's take the scarf off and see what these baby hairs is looking like. Oh, they don't look that bad. Okay, I'm feeling a little boxy. Y'all, JJ in here. But I'm trying to get these flyaways. I want the curls to fall just a little bit, This is the finished product of the hair. Like I said, y'all, it would be a lot flatter if the wefts of the actual track weren't so big. And I'm gonna keep doing this, but this is just what it looks like when the curls fall and the layers are more, that'll look a lot better. And this lace, y'all, this is actually really good for me. Like, anyway, so like I was saying, y'all, basically I didn't know if they were going to have a budget, so I didn't know if I was going to be able to go to Tuskegee for nursing school. And then I was like, my GPA isn't the best. I don't know if any other school will take the prerequisites that I already had, because they have their own prereqs for their school. Like, I was applying to Mercer and Auburn. They had to take religion and economics, and I didn't have to take all that. You know, like, I took the philosophies and the sociologies. So, you know, a lot of my stuff didn't match up. So a lot of times we have this plan for ourselves that we think is what's best for our life, but then God comes and he's like, hold on, girl, hold on. And I was just like, and so basically through all of that, what I learned is I kept my faith in God, and I prayed and I studied, and I'm like, if it's meant for me to be a nurse, I'm gonna get into nursing school. If it's meant for me to go to Tuskegee, I'm gonna get into Tuskegee. Hopefully that part makes sense, that them not having a budget. And so the fact that they didn't have a budget, we didn't know if they were gonna have to be able to accept a new incoming class. So of course the people that were already in the program got to continue and finish, and whoever graduated and all that. But COVID really came in and disrupted a lot of things, y'all, like a lot of things. But like I said, I'm gonna switch out my makeup and my hair stuff and then tell y'all the positive aspects of what I learned. So yeah, let me switch out my table and I'll be back. Hey y'all, so I tried to show y'all how I always time lapse my brows, but for some reason it cut off. So I don't know if I'm gonna use that or not. Y'all know I just color correct with the orange, and I burnt myself with the hot comb. I don't know if y'all can see that. I time lapse my hair, some parts of my hair too. So something new. So basically then they sent us out an email at the end of June, and basically what the email told us is that they were only accepting 24 students. So that means out of all of the girls that were in my class, well, and guys that had finished their prereqs, and out of all of the people that transfer and that apply, you know, it was like gonna be some big competition. So that's when I started hitting my T's book super hard, studying, watching videos on YouTube, taking practice tests online, just anything that I could do that will better my score, I did it. And so basically when I took it the first time, I got a 74. And then when I took it the second time, because I was like, I need to get higher, because of course a 70 is passing. A 70 would have been, I mean, a 74 would have been okay anywhere else, but like I said, since it was so competitive, I wanted to at least get an 80. And that's what I did. I took it the second time and I got an 80, and our application was due July 1st. And I think I took it again for that second time in July 1st that morning, because I hadn't taken it any other time because I didn't know if I was going to even be applying to nursing school. So I was like, I don't want to waste my money on this test. And mind you, the T's is expensive. One thing about nursing school that I want to say, it's expensive. So definitely save up your money for T's, fees, books. You know, I'll go into all of that, like what I wish I knew before nursing school video. I plan on doing that after my first semester, or like in between my first semester in the program. But nursing is expensive if nobody ever told y'all. So I think both of my T's tests maybe totaled up to almost $300, because the first one was $150 and the second one was like $107. So like by the time you do plus tax and all those extra fees, it's like, okay. Y'all would like for me to do a video just in detail of how I got a good score on my T's, I can. But it's really just sitting down, taking time, covering the material, and basically good test taking strategy. So yeah, so when I applied, like I said, I was still kind of nervous, still kind of unsure. Like even with my T score, even with my GPA not being totally bad, but it was okay, was that enough for me to get in? Y'all, when they sent the email out, I'm laying down watching TV, and then I see the email, and I said, so I said, I'm not finna open this. I'm finna take a nap. I'm finna, you know, because I was so nervous. I was literally so nervous. Basically, when I got in, they sent the email with like my letter, all the things that require before you actually can, you know, start classes and start clinicals and stuff. I really don't know an update about what they're going to do as far as online classes, or, you know, because nursing isn't really one of those things that I think, in my opinion, that you can do online just because, or I wouldn't want to do online just because of the rigor of it. And like that goes with like actual material, having to learn all that stuff. You know, I would rather be with my teacher and be able to ask questions in class. That's just the only thing that I'm really worried about, like how the fact that COVID is getting worse, like how that's going to affect my fall semester. But I'm just happy to say that I actually, you know, got in. So then once I finally found out that I was going to nursing school at Tuskegee, y'all know I got the apartment. So if y'all haven't watched my apartment haul, definitely go check that out. Doing makeup over these, like while being conscious of these baby hairs, it's hard, because I'm used to just being able to go as hard as I want on my forehead and like contour highlighters and stuff. But yeah, y'all, it's really, that's really it. My advice to anybody that's applying for nursing school, make sure you have a good GPA to where you can keep your options open. My GPA is okay, so I was if needed be, I was able to transfer, or, you know, at least apply to and get into another school if I would have had to take that, you know, not year off, but, you know, take whatever classes they wanted me to take. You know, y'all, life is a lot of trial and error and mistakes or whatever. So it's just like, my advice is also to trust in God's plan. Like, don't ever lose faith in yourself, because I was like, well, do I even want to still do nursing? Like, should I change my major to OT, or, you know, something that's a little more flexible for this last year? But it's like, I never did it because I'm like, I can't see myself doing anything. Like, y'all know, or if you know, like, I eventually want to be a midwife. So it's just like, I've had my heart set on this for so long. Like, there's no way, you know, I could change. But like I said, who knows? Just, it's all in God's plan and what he wants you to do and what he wants me to do. So that every time, hallelujah. What you say? Period. Yeah, I really don't even have nothing else to say. So since I don't have no storage, I might as well just come back when I'm done with my makeup. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. y'all. And y'all, I did so good. Like, the baby hairs look good, my makeup looks good, the curls look good. They're not exactly how I wanted it, but that's fine. I think I'm gonna have to get like a bigger curl, but like with a bigger type 1 kind of thing. But yeah, so basically what I was saying was, everything, if you just put your trust and your faith in God, everything will literally come back full circle for you. Even with my grades not being the best, even with my T-score being a little mediocre to me, and you know, even with all of that going on, with everything going on in the world and life, I still got into nursing school. So I feel like that just solidified for me, like, this is my purpose, like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. If y'all didn't know, I want to be a midwife. So eventually I want to, you know, deliver babies, because I just feel like the mortality rate for Black women, too many Black women die in childbirth. And I love babies in general. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I'm always reposting somebody baby, because I just love babies. But yeah, that's eventually what I want to do. I hope y'all like it, and I hope y'all were able to follow through and everything kind of made sense. I did something different with my lips, because I know y'all are tired of me doing the same lip combo. I just did Cork lip liner by MAC, and I used my Fenty hot chocolate lip gloss, and I'm feeling. Let me do announce the winner of my giveaway. Hold on, y'all. So I hope it's recording my screen, y'all. If it's not, I truly apologize. So the names are in my notes. I'm just going to copy and paste everybody's name and then put it into a random name generator, and I'm going to use select 2 people for the 2 eyeshadow palettes. So I'm just gonna pick a random name. How do you do this? Well, let's just go ahead and do 2. This is definitely not the start button. Okay, so those are the 2 names that it picked. It's Morgan Banks, that's one of my friends. She entered the giveaway. I love you. And Ray Eduardo. So if you guys won the giveaway, I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace.